Hi Scorpio, this is going to be your reading for the last part of April. Sorry for the lateness of your reading, but I just haven't got enough time at the moment to kind of cram everything in. But nonetheless, this is your reading. So, the card we have at the centre is the Death card. Now, ordinarily, I don't mention the signs attached to the major arcanas, but as this is your reading and the Death card is your card, okay? It is the card for Scorpio. Now, the Death card, as we know, it talks about change and transformation. So maybe something needing to change and transform, something needing to turn around here. Also, the Death card can, as we know, talk about endings. Something coming to its natural end in order for something new to begin. Now, in the recent past, we do have the Six of Pentacles. And the Six of Pentacles is the card about making sure the scales are balanced. It's that equal exchange of give and take. And it may very well be in this last part of April that, you know, or certainly in the recent past, I should say, that you may have been questioning whether there has been this equal exchange of give and take in some area of your life. For some of you, it could be your work life. For some of you, it could be a relationship. Now, in the present position, there is the Page of Pentacles. Now, the page can be a message coming through. And it can be something to do with your finances. It could be a message coming through where there's going to be an increase in finances. For some, it could very well be a new job, a promotion. But it can sometimes be a message coming through, something being offered to you that you may value as much as money, okay? Now, you know, the page, it could very well be that you are, you know, sending this message to somebody else. It could be you to somebody else or somebody to you, okay? But as I said, the page is often the person that brings a message to us. And the Pentacles is to do with our finances and, you know, our career. But at the same time, it could be something we value as much. Now, in the advice position, we've got the Ten of Wands here. And when we see a 10, you know, we're nearing the end of a cycle. So we've been carrying a heavy burden, a heavy weight here. Maybe we've just had so much responsibilities on our shoulders, and maybe others have dumped extra responsibilities onto us. And maybe, as I said, that's why that Six of Pentacles has shown up in the past, because it's about this equal exchange here of give and take. And maybe that hasn't been the case. And you have felt that people have just been dumping more and more things onto you. But, you know, it's in your advice position. So you may still be feeling this energy of this Ten of Wands. But we are nearing the end of this cycle. Now, in the environment, we have the Seven of Wands. So it may be that in regards to your environment, you're feeling the need to defend yourself. It may be that in this last part of April, you're going to speak up and say, you know, enough is enough, okay? I can't keep doing as much as I'm doing. I can't keep giving as much as I'm giving. And this is it. And finally standing up and defending yourself and speaking up for yourself. The Seven of Wands also is about maintaining that higher ground. But by doing that, you're gonna need to speak up. In the hopes and fears, you have the Emperor. And the Emperor, he is the one that's in charge, okay? He rules the empire. He's the head of the house. He's the one that's in control. He can be sometimes too controlling, sometimes too domineering. But nonetheless, he is the person that's in charge and he makes the decisions. And, you know, this is not something you're fearing. This is something you would be hoping that you're going to gain control here. Now, when it comes to the outcome, we do have the Three of Swords. Now, the Three of Swords, yes, it can talk about heartbreak and sadness. The Three of Swords can sometimes suggest a third-party situation, but I'm not picking that up in this reading. The Three of Swords for me sometimes as well can be needing to get to the heart of the matter. And, you know, that in itself can be difficult and painful sometimes. And we need to get to the heart of the matter through communication, through speaking up and defending ourselves. The other two cards I got for you was the King of Swords and the Ace of Swords. Now, the King of Swords, I don't feel this is talking about somebody else that you're dealing with, but for some of you, that may be the case. And if it is, then it's most likely going to be an air sign, an Aquarius, Gemini, or a Libra. But I do feel that the King of Swords may be talking more about you and your approach to things this month. And it may be that you are using more logic and, you know, you're making your decisions through your logic rather than through your emotions, okay? Because being that water element, you do make your decisions based on your emotions, and it may be, and this last part of April, it's gonna be to your benefit to take more of the logical approach here. The King of Swords, you know, he looks for clarity and he wants to understand things better. And then we've got that Ace of Swords, which is a new beginning in terms of our thoughts. Quite often, the Ace of Swords can be that kind of aha moment when we gain clarity. We gain a new understanding about something here. Something is going to come to an end, okay? It may not be that it's an end of a job. It may not be that it's an end of a relationship. But it may very well be an end of an imbalance with the give and take. It may be an ending of this feeling burdened and weighed down, or feeling a bit of a dumping ground where everyone's dumping extra workload or responsibilities onto you. And it may be that in this month of April, you are going to have to stand up for yourself. And it may be that it reaches that point where there's this build up with you to the point where you've been pushed and pushed and pushed. And then in the end, you stand up and say, right, enough. I'm not putting up with this anymore, okay? And like I said, using your logic rather than becoming emotional or using your emotions when dealing with this situation. So that's what I have for you, Scorpio. Thank you so much and take care. Bye.